Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the first play session of this season of the Mountaineer campaign. Tried to start it last week, but Campfire Games had other plans, unfortunately, and the game was too unstable to actually conduct the matches. But here we are, back on Piper Farm. Same teams, practically, except we do have night coming in now, so that's going to be good. But yep, same team, same map, same two maps, actually. Be interesting to see if any team has changed their tactics, really. Real quick, I'll just go into roll call. I've got CQB with Cadet MCP. I'm not sure why you're a cadet, but that's okay. Maybe you'll get promoted someday. We've got 15th Alabama leading, 15th Alabama led by Captain Big Sexy. He is rather big. Not sure about sexy, though. Do like that stash. Got JD, led by Captain Mill Spec. And Second Lieutenant Frosty Space 2, I believe they're doing artillery. That's why there's two. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, oh well. I'm sure you'll tell me. Let's go over to Union real quick and check it out. Got Captain Complex, as always, leading IVB, already going on a pretty aggressive attack. We've got Colonel J. Lightburn leading the 4th. Second Lieutenant Turquoise leading the 9th. And Chief, Second Lieutenant Chief, leading EB. It's a nice 42-43 game. The match is almost practically perfectly balanced, so this should be a good 2 rounds, as long as nothing changes. Right off the bat, I'm going to assume this is probably Mac. Oh, this is 10th Tennessee. I didn't mention him, but Knight has rejoined the event. He was here for the first week, but due to some other stuff, he took some time off from it. But he is back. Him in the 10th. Good to see him. Looks like they're going on a wide flank. Generally, this is something I'd expect to see Mac do. But already, the CSA team is pretty split up. Small group here, medium group here, large group here. Not a bad setup if they react accordingly. Union is opting to just sit on the wall and shoot. So what they did last week as well, if I remember correctly, it worked out all right, but like I said, the server is too unstable. Nice cannon shot right off the rip. Probably took out 2 people with that. Good work, Captain Kevin and GNR RS. I'm not going to say the rest of that. Father Union is split up currently. Ooh, look at this. Is this Knight? Knight's going for something a little risky. He's going for a little side flank. Not a bad idea. Real quick, Union also does have artillery. That is going to be directed by First Sergeant Mystic of EB. They've got 3 guns up. This map can be a little bit difficult to get accurate shots as Union of artillery, just because there's a lot of obstruction. Does look like Knight fell back, or at least, well, maybe that's not Knight. Knight's still there. It's just Cadet. Sorry, MCP went up there to assist for a bit.
Oh my god, boys, just keep fucking farming them.
Looks like Knight is putting on his overalls. He's getting a John Deere. He's doing a little bit of farming.
I just noticed the it might be ours. Timers right now.
Hey, 4th West, you should join EB in the same regiment instead of wasting that gun.
Tragic. Honestly, with how split up both teams are here, I'd maybe like to see Union fully coordinate together into a blob, or at least a cohesive force, and push it, or at least deal with this. These guys don't seem like much of a threat right now, especially because they don't have a flag. A couple are getting dropped, but even still, you can see they've taken a good amount. Gao Fei Dong holding it down over here. Could've sworn I saw him in another unit a while ago. Name seems familiar. Ooh, almost missed it. Looks like I can't. IVB is going in for a push. Was not successful. They made it almost, fully there before they got dropped. So rest of IVB stood back,
For the flag. For the
continue
flag.
firing.
They weren't ready.
Man, we should push
Tuck in,
up.
tuck into the fence. Tuck into the.
Tuck into the fence.
They really should deal with this. It would take like 5 seconds to really just come over here and wipe these guys out. That'd be a pretty good ticket advantage too. I would expect to see that in the upcoming minutes, if not seconds. Take a closer look at CSA real quick. Again, they're kind of split up. Two very strong positions. This one tends to be a little bit stronger, but more vulnerable to charging. Using this deflate as a nice piece of cover. That's why I would kind of do something different here as Union.
Shoot me. Shoot me. Get the flag.
I want the flag. I want the flag.
Do you
I
see
want the
how-
flag.
I just sent a scouting,
It's not
guys.
the whole team.
Can we, you guys all coming? Everybody on the right coming?
Yeah, welcome in.
Yeah, let's do it. When you
Sounds
guys
like
get
a
over,
coordinated
tell me
push is
that.
about to happen. Good to see.
All right, let's move. Let's move it.
Knights probably reinforced his men over here on the left. Yep. Now, if these guys don't deal with these guys, when they go in, they're going to go in behind them.
Splitting up every time I take a shot at
Balance is ever so slightly shifted into Union's favor. 46-43. Nothing too crazy. This should be a nice cannon shot.
There's an officer running up. There's an officer running up. There's an officer running up.
A little bit more than just an officer. It looks like an entire Union battle line is running up. Brace yourselves. Tactical potato, run for your life. This should be a somewhat successful charge here by Union if they stay together. CSA is immediately responding. Knight has not yet responded. He's keeping that position. So they will be down a couple. Good old melee. It's getting a little confusing. Looks like, in my opinion, CSA probably has the advantage here. Yep. And maybe there's a chance these last two absolute beasts somehow
We're good. We're good. We got him. We got him.
nice. It's a little bit odd. Knight went in to go pursue the lone flag bearer. He is kind of hyperextending. He's got to be careful, especially if him and his men, because one, Rambo rules. Two, that if they die, not very splendid. All right then. In terms of tickets, CSA has a, I'd say, slight advantage over Union right now. That difference can get made up in one engagement, though. What the fuck is that? Oh, he's not killing him? Oh, good job, Guafedon. North's going in for him. He really shouldn't. It's quite the chase. He looks like North is going to be, he's kind of, yeah, that's right. That's right. You turn around. You got Looney Tunes, man. Got shot in the back for his troubles. No clue what unit this guy's a part of. This guy's a rogue Asian. I probably need to deal with him immediately. Oh, looks like they did it for me. Uh-oh. That was a nice shot. Yeah, CSA artillery really needs to work on hitting that wall. As you can see already, pieces of the wall are crumbling. Puts more pressure on the Union to kind of do something because their cover's... Woo! That was nice. That leg stood on that wall for quite some time. Bottle flipped it up there.
Open order.
Again, with this right side, honestly, I would charge them out. You're not going to really be able to shoot them out very fast. You will be able to do it. Just going to take too much time. They really should just commit, wipe them wholesale, or at least force them to fall back. Also, Union is not really using the right side of the map at all. They are mainly fighting over this area right here. Sometimes nice to have a small force kind of just anywhere in this. So you take up the rocks, caissons, work the angles.
Pull back CQB.
Seems like CSA should have a pretty decisive advantage right now, considering everything that's happened in the last like 9 minutes. But in terms of tickets, they're pretty much neck and neck, but that's just the way it goes. Almost.
Lou, are you a private? I think this flag is I don't know which flag is the useless flag.
They are going to take a little bit of damage from trying to do this. You can see they're pretty snail trailed. These reinforcements coming in from behind, we're probably going to see a repeat of last charge. Union's fighting for their life, but it's still not enough. Cookie is going to go in and probably try to jihad. It's in fact what he is doing.
Back to friendly CQB.
CSA did a pretty good job there, and if you look at the tickets, I don't even need to say anything. You already know what's going to happen. I would like to see Knight whenever something like that happens, just to see them kind of come in from behind and pursue. I think they would be able to do a lot of damage if they did that, especially in the confusion. But Union artillery tonight, I'm not looking at their shots very often, but I feel like they haven't landed very many. There's one. Little too high, straight through the barn, counter battery. Right. That's actually an impressive shot if you think about it, if that's not the game glitching. Hold on, let's go over there. Let's take a look. You're telling me he actually shot through this door. I'm going to assume the game bugged and it just went through the wall. But if by some miracle he actually did manage to just arc it through here, again, don't think it's possible, but perhaps. That'd be super cool. A 1 in a million chance. Finally, Union's going to be shifting to the right side. They're probably going to try to come down this road. The only thing I don't like about fighting from here is if most of your teams here, they have super cover over there. And they respawn right behind the barn right there. So you're just going for a shootout. Better be hitting your shots.
Don't overextend. Go draw sun. No, keep going, Eagles. Okay, 53rd, let's go.
Keep moving, boys.
Then we're gonna go all the way down to the right. Alright. Flag.
Zoo, boys.
Garrison the Arty boys. Independent fire. Direct.
They're getting real close to this. I'm not sure if garrisoning is the right call in this situation. You get finished off, he really should be a couple feet back, but come on, fellas. There you go. CSA is countercharging. Probably a good idea. This is kind of a weak position, in my opinion, for the entire team to be at. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. Also, I'm not sure if I introduced JD at all. I think maybe their first time playing was last week. I could be wrong. But they are also now part of this event. Good to see some fresh blood, some maybe new tactics or perspectives. Union actually did manage to hold that, so I was proven wrong. They're going to countercharge. That was actually very bad for CSA, all things considered, even though they do have the ticket advantage. A counter battery, brother? A little too high. He's hit some Yankee schoolyard off in the distance. CSA's done a pretty good job at regrouping. I mean, they do have the benefit of literally spawning right here. Also, don't know if you guys noticed this, but this trim, I'm pretty sure is new. Check that out, guys. I bet you've never seen a Civil War era house that has masking tape blue trim. Pretty cool. Thank you, Campfire. Very cool.
Guys at the hay bales? Because that shot came from there.
People shooting from the orchard as well.
Nice shot.
Pretty good defensive position right here. I maybe would have liked to see Union really capitalize on them wiping them out. Push up right here. It can be a nightmare for CSA to get them off of this once you have it. They're going to make the best use of the barn that they can.
You're dead now.
Almost a nice shot. Honestly, at this range, other than friendly fire risk, you probably I don't have some of that good old canister. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give him a whiff of the old triple canny. That's a short enough distance that air bursting it won't be I guess it is doable from there. They should be able to air burst it if they time it right. Canister though? I don't know. Nice. It did air burst it. Looks like it maybe got caught right here.
You gonna kill?
Couple, milliseconds longer, probably would have killed more people, but it was a good shot.
Eagle Brigade, hold your loads. 53rd,
Good movement by CSA trying to corral him into here. Big Sexty of 15th is going for the wide flank. JD is also here. The only risk of doing this is weakening the team over here. And it does look like Union understands that. CQB is getting left out to dry. See if Bates can get out. That was a nice shot. Probably took a couple tickets there. Union really should take out these guys. That's a massive amount of free tickets right there.
Hey, you guys are doing amazing.
Bam. Both teams taking losses. CSA slight advantage. This house have wallpaper in it. They put wallpaper in here. Why would you develop wallpaper textures and not put them in the blue trim house? Artillery officer doing work. Sides have kind of swapped now. Like I said, it's a nightmare to get them out of there once they're there. Going for a bit of a risque charge. Not sure if that was good just because of what's happening over here. Of course, they can't really coordinate with each other, so I mean, maybe they're psychics. That's possible. I've seen crazier things. But these guys, yeah, now they're moving out. Another to the barn. That time it broke open the door.
Behind us, coming behind us, coming behind us.
Nice little mat double tap. I don't think CSA will be successful. They will take some tickets. They will get Union into breaking more than likely, but it's a huge risk because the second CSA goes into breaking and they don't have this controlled, they lose. That will be a rather quick match too. Another one through the barn. What do they have against that barn, man? Like Sherman, they're just gonna destroy everything on the battlefield. With 21 minutes left. The prospects of CSA winning this, honestly, pretty low, but not impossible. It's the way that the morale ticket system works in this game. Very punishing.
The breaking.
Yeah. All right.
Saying that's advisable depending.
Hey,
They did lose their Union lost their pretty dominant position, which will buy CSA some time. Not bad. Pretty good shots. CSA cannons tonight. Doing pretty good. Union wins the next charge. It's over. Worse. CSA should know that that's kind of what they're planning. Honestly, if I was CSA, I would try to stay as grouped as possible. Looked like another good cannon shot. Another one. A little low, perhaps. Knight's back, though. Back with a vengeance.
That's an officer. Shoot that one cocksucker.
What's Turquoise doing up? Yeah. Looks like apparently Union agreed to not have artillery for this first map as per the chat logs. I I mean, Union does have a pretty decent advantage now. It's currently 50 versus 44 if you count me. Don't count me. 5 on RD versus 6. If all these guys were in person on foot, maybe see this match be a little tiny bit different. Probably not really, but I just don't think I don't know if Union Artillery so far has really paid for their tickets. They're doing their best, but they've really just destroyed the shit out of this barn. A little too high. These guys still causing chaos. I mean, Union's about to go halfway to breaking. Maybe CSA can actually pull this off if they just keep shooting them. Really the key to everything. Just keep shooting them. Little bit more gun. Rest in peace. Ooh, that was a pretty good shot, all things considered.
I'm way up
I'm
here.
not sure if they killed anybody, but I mean, it was on target. That's the kind of stuff I'd like to see all night. Oh no, the Discord moderator has team killed somebody.
Keep the flag here.
Chief, we're gonna keep flags here. What's up, complex? There you are.
You want to push in now, or
Yeah, I
Flags
think
should step
we
back.
need to push in. Flags stay back. I guess we can push
Flags
in.
down.
They're doing
good.
rising volleys here. So once they do their next volley after 16, we can all full send.
we gotta go
Where are we
faster?
full
We're
sending?
losing tickets.
Where are we
Yeah.
full sending?
The point.
Into the orchard on the
Point?
point.
Alright.
That poor fence. The amount of property damage that the Union Artillery is doing tonight is very immense.
Make sure you're dug all the way in.
I think they just got a nice one right there, right on the ticket. Looks like a little bit of Barry Jam.
I'll say we moved a little
Night being out that far is a little bit risky. Like I've kept saying, here comes Union. These two guys at the very front, they'll absorb the 40, 50 rounds. There's, I don't know, 2.
Deploy, boys, deploy!
Spread out, boys. Spread out.
Build them all. Man, the boundaries are bad on this map. Union's kind of stalled out. They're letting the CSA come to them, which is very strange that the CSA is obliging that. They really should just hold their ground. They're doing some damage. I just don't know if it's enough to really take out Union here. Indeed. It's not looking good. I guess that's it. Union gets the cap on breaking, and that's going to be a round. I didn't even see that they're capping that fast. That's obviously why CSA was going in like that. In that case, they should have sent more of their guys in. But hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles. It's going to bring an end to this first round of this week's play session, the Mountaineer campaign. Take a look at the after action report, and we'll go on to the second round.